I remember I started playing this game a little before it came out on the Switch. My oldest brother let me try a few games on his Xbox while I was at his house. I died in a bush while trying to snipe a crossbow and the third guy left. Great first impression. Since then, I played damn near every season, from Chapter 1, Season 4 to now. Something that didn't seem to change all that much throughout the time I was playing was the very game that birthed the Battle Royale mode to begin with. I'm talking about Save the World, where it's a deep hero tower defense-like game where you build defenses, gather resources, craft items, upgrade your arsenal, follow objectives while fighting the storm, which seems to turn these people into zombie-like creatures called husks. They come in these terrifying shapes and sizes that help shake up the gameplay for you and 3 other people you managed to convince to buy this mode. This version of Fortnite at this point was promised to become free by the end of the next year or so. Then that got delayed. Then it didn't become free. It turned into a paid DLC of sorts. 7 years! Various collabs, tournaments, events, and even different limited time modes would come to Battle Royale mode, but Save the World would continue to stagnate, only getting an update twice or so a year. It wasn't until June 2020 that it finally left early access and became paid DLC, which I don't think is all that bad. At least you consider the fact that people who are in early access are the only ones who can get extra V-Bucks from daily missions. Anyone that buys in now only gets tickets for loot llamas, which I think is a little asinine. The starter pack for the founders were alright. You at least had a few heroes to choose from the start, but now you just get the one, and it's the one you bought, which isn't the worst thing in the world. And acquiring other heroes is relatively easy once you get into the flow of gameplay and leveling them up throughout various quests. That gives a bit of a replayability factor. Since there hasn't been many updates here, many events and quest lines have been a sort of a seasonal rotation. Certain quests and items have a better chance of being obtained through here unless you trade around for one if you're in a pinch. Please don't do that. As of writing this script, we're in Chapter 6, Season 3. Nintendo released an entirely new console, and Fortnite was quick to announce its availability on that new platform, allowing Nintendo fans to go from potato to handsome Squidward. However, Save the World still isn't available to those players. Hell, mobile players don't have access either, and they got that game back in 2018. It was reasonable back then because Fortnite was still new and we wasn't sure if those platforms were able to handle Battle Royale, let alone Save the World. Nowadays, I promise you that playing Fortnite on your mobile device is leagues better than playing it on the original Switch. I was able to get my own footage thanks to a cheap capture setup, but I wanted to bring my buddy along who doesn't play Fortnite at all, but plays on Switch. Here's a result of that. Hey, Tommy.
Make it quick. What's up?
You want to play Fortnite? Aww. Anyway, because of all the updates, playing Fortnite on the Switch gradually became the worst version to play. However, I would argue that it is powerful enough to run Save the World, especially given that on release, Fortnite on Switch was pretty alright. We're still able to capture clips, and once the updates started rolling, they got rid of it. To put a long story short, Save the World isn't getting as much love as it should, and it's a damn shame too. I started playing that mode around Season 9, and I specifically remember when that was when they added the ability to use whatever skin you wanted, instead of being forced to use the hero you had equipped. Oh yeah, the heroes talk. Battle Royale's had all these defaults as mutes, but put them in Save the World and they'll strike up quips up the ass. It only works when the hero is equipped, not the skin. Go through and have a listen.
Jonesy, reporting for duty. It's gonna get loud. Husk launcher! Gear up! I like it! To the arsenal. No, I'll take it. Woo! Shooting! One for you. Oh, yeah. One for you. One for you. Oh, yeah. Not forgetting you.
Let's make some noise. What to build?
Get built, son.
Ammo, yes. Add it to the armory. Bad news, Husks. You asked for it, there it is. I love this gun. Yeah, you wish. Enough already.
They won't know what hit them. Let's make nightmares. I'm going to shoot husks. It's going to be good. To the front lines. War is hell. But I'm so good at it. A little building. Ooh, I like this. That is why you don't start nothing with the hawk, okay? Oh, is that all you got? That seriously can't be all you got. Oh, you miss me.
Are you crazy? Oh, come on.
Minigun for maximum fun! Grenades in your face! Your monster friends see that? See it?
You can keep going slow. I'll do it the fun way. Maybe you didn't understand which team you're on. Next time, try hitting them. So were you trying to be a mess, or was it an accident?
I'm ready to show this storm what's up. Let's get it. They should know better than to mess with my friends. Oh, baby, I'm the total package. Brains, muscles, and bullets. I'm in this the whole way. Excuse me? No, you did not. What are you doing? Let's do this. Is that all you brought? Make way for the big boys.
As Save the World continues to slowly decay in the eyes of Epic, their attention turns toward another mode that spawned their platform to have a platform within itself. A platform to allow players to create their own maps, modes, and even add their own custom content and upload it. Creative mode would evolve alongside Battle Royale, bettering itself with every update, going from a simple playground you can fool around in to a fully fledged developer kit that you can use to create your own Fortnite experience. This is something similar to Little Big Planet, Happy Wheels, Roblox, Halo's Forge, Gary's Mod, Mario Maker. You get the idea. Various companies would flock towards these dev tools once traction began to pick up. It was quite impressive to see the range of corporate shilling. You like Frank's hot sauce? How about Hellman's mayonnaise? Dark Deception? How about, hey, what the fuck is Ban doing here? Nike's also been a huge influence on the platform, so much that a lot of people rightfully came to the conclusion that they're the reason Fortnite has a shoe option now. If it wasn't Nike, then who else asked for that? What player looked at their character's feet and thought, you know what my man needs? Some Air Force Ones. Honestly, can't wait for the Rolex update in Chapter 8. Anyway, thanks to Creative Mode, there's now at least one mode for everyone to play in Fortnite. You got your horror, prop hunt, custom battle royale maps here and there, some roleplay, some modes I'd hesitate to call death runs. Then there's 2D platformers for you to play before Nintendo comes in with the lawyers. There's even games that Epic have either collaborated with or taken heavy inspiration from. LEGO created various islands, along with their own line of in-game and out-game LEGO sets you can buy for actually reasonable prices as LEGO sets go. Epic even integrated Fall Guys for some reason. Wait, doesn't that game already have a creative mode? There's also a festival mode that plays exactly like Guitar Hero and Rock Band, probably because it's made by the same devs. Not much to say, but I love my Guitar Hero. Rocket League at some point integrated to a racing mode that's honestly pretty fun. There's even custom courses you can run through. If you're an avid Rocket League player and you have Fortnite Crew Pass, you can get the Rocket Pass included. I don't play Rocket League all that often, but I appreciate that the option is there. That and it integrates my garage from Rocket League into Rocket Racing. Kinda wish they included more of the default cars Rocket League comes with though. Not sure how many more octanes this game needs. Most recently, Creative Mode acquired The Walking Dead and integrated some zombie assets, and it looks like they're getting put to pretty good use on certain maps. There's already a few COD-like maps that include buyable wall guns, doors, perks, the works. Weirdly enough, the husks from Save the World are never used in Creative. Neither are the various traps, gadgets, abilities, or even weapons from that mode. Instead, it's Battle Royale's own spin, calling them cube monsters, which is kinda close, but honestly, to me, no cigar. I personally really like recreations of other shooter maps. It feels hilariously jarring to play familiar maps from other games, especially if the maps can somehow integrate being able to build. This phenomena, I think, comes with these kinds of level makers or dev kits. There are a few of them, after all. Unfortunately, one major issue the platform is having is that half the player base don't scroll down to play these other modes. They just play whatever Epic has and makes available, which is fine. But then there's the other large portion of players who really only go that guarantee XP. After all, why immerse yourself in something you're not familiar with when you could just drop in the pit or a red versus blue map and turn your brain off for an hour? Or just look around and throw yourself in that AFK room and put the game in another monitor while the XP piles up till the server dies. Some maps don't give out as much XP as others, so I get it. I think they have to go through some popularity and get more players on the map, but honestly, I couldn't be the guy to tell you. Some maps are literally designed to scam players into thinking they're getting more XP by activating some sort of secret switch and waiting behind a 10-30 minute timer just to be awarded a half-ass XP slide or trampoline. All this does is boost the map for the creator so they can upload more slop to the platform. We even have cases where some islands are blatant copies of other islands, so it's ironically difficult to find something creative in creative mode. That's not to say the community hasn't made any banger islands, though. I'll leave a list of my favorite islands with their island codes in the description. All in all, Fortnite was originally a zombie game where I feel like at some point looked at itself in the mirror and started losing an idea of what the hell's even looking back at them. I would still recommend Save the World if you have 20-ish bucks to spare. In creative mode, despite its flaws, definitely has a mode or two for everybody to play. It reminds me of playing Little Big Planet with how different each island gets. Personally, because of Little Big Planet's influence, along with playing way too much Unreal Tournament 3 and Halo Customs growing up, shout out to the Duck Hunt maps, those were the GOAT. Fortnite's one of my favorite games ever, and all my friends will tell you it's all I play while we sit around in Discord calls and send each other shit posts while we can see who can laugh the loudest. I'm not sure what recipe I'll include in this description, but if it has any dietary concerns, I'll make sure to say so. I like to include these recipes to try and influence my viewers to cook. I love to cook, and the best of both worlds for me is the cookbooks that combine itself with pop culture media. I'm a sucker for those. Anyway, thanks for listening to me yap. I'm Galactic Cuisine. Thanks for watching.